I need to like change the name of the stream and stuff because YouTube did dumb things. So let me see if I can fix that. Can I fix it as it's live? I'm not actually live. Well, okay, that actually helps. I hope this gets trimmed off. Are we live now? Anybody there? I should be able to edit this out in the YouTube editor. We should be all right. Why does my camera / lighting look so funny? Do I need to clean my camera? It still doesn't look great. Maybe it's just the webcam on my, my tablet. Hey, someone came in. Okay, sorry, we had some technical difficulties. I'm still working out the technical difficulties. I'm at my computer right now trying to get the stream settings set up right. When I first set up the stream, like I set it all up. I prearranged all of this stuff. Then when I hit go, the camera was stuck in portrait mode for some reason, and I couldn't figure out how to fix that. So now I had to like start a new stream, and I'm trying to get it set up here. But we'll make parts in a second, guys, I promise. Right now I'm making sure it doesn't play ads because I don't want it to do that. Okay, so that should be good. Anybody can talk. We don't want slow mode. We don't want to redirect. We should be good to go here. Sparko FPV, thank you. I appreciate that you liked that you liked that video. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm going to go back into the other room and grab my thumb drive and then come back in here. That's what I need to do. I tried to do this on my phone, but my phone just didn't charge fast enough. And I didn't want to start a stream with like 20% battery. So we are no, stop that. We're unfortunately going to be on the tablet again, which last time I did this, my video was a little bit squished for some reason that I can't explain why. Hopefully YouTube just kind of magically fix that. And if it doesn't, then we will, I don't know, try again next time on my phone. How does my audio sound? Is it actually coming from, like, can you hear this? Is it coming from my wireless mic, or is it trying to take it from, the tablet microphone? Because we don't want that. Audio's good. Hi, Eric. Hi, Alex. It's coming from, okay. It's always good when technology just works. So we need to do a couple things today. I've got like 170 parts to do. I actually didn't count. I just made up a number for the title, but it's in the neighborhood of 170 parts. 80 of them are already done and just need to be packaged. So it's the whatever's left. A bunch of them are these little rings that are coming out of this material, which showed up 5 days late thanks to UPS, and it was shipped a day late due to inclement weather. So I am way behind. These parts, the OP1 is, well, the part itself is simple. The OP1 is pretty easy. The OP2 might be a little bit finicky, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't think we're going to be able to do that today, but it'll be like the OP2 is going to be a whole lot of setup, and then it's going to be a whole lot of setup, and then just a quick zip, zip, zip. Skittles in my bunghole sounds like a problem. Says, would you consider doing a video on how to package parts? Not a lot of info out there. Honestly, I don't think I would. There's not a lot to it, and I basically just follow the Xometry guidelines. Even for my stuff that's not Xometry, I do what Xometry says, which is wrap it in bubble wrap and throw brown paper in a box. Yeah, Metalhead Machine says, hell yeah, man, greetings from the valley south of you. I assume you mean Southern Indiana. Hi, it's good to hear from you. But okay, so we need to set up this machine. I'll see if I can find a way to position this tablet better for camera purposes. We need to run soft jaws to hold the round parts. Then we need to set up any tools to run these, and then we need to start proving out a program and then start making the parts. Hey, hi Nate, I know you. So first thing we need to do is go post code. So we're going to the other room. Did you guys see my shirt from EJ at Nocturnal Welding, one of the Patreon members? It's awesome. All of my orange shirts were getting super like nasty and grungy, and so it's nice to have a couple good orange shirts. So I think I just need to post this code. Sorry, I know you can't see. I don't think, I need to change the tool number. Let's just call this tool 30. I don't remember what the standardized tool number is. YouTube does not let you switch between a mobile stream and a computer stream. Hey, Dylan. Fix your shift knob. Nate, yeah, I'll do that at some point, I promise. Art that makes art, hi from Idaho. YouTube does not let me switch between, hold on, I have to type and I can't multitask. Oh, and I need to make sure it's the right post. Post. Okay. YouTube does not let me switch between computer stream and mobile stream. So I can't like just show you a screen cap of what I'm doing, unfortunately. Dylan, I don't think you could be annoying if you tried. So let's find you guys a better camera view. Can you see my controller at first? Ooh, look at those fingerprints. Metalhead Machine, you need to wrap your mind around Xometry to take advantage of your 440. I mean, Xometry is pretty simple in theory. Like, they just give you a list of jobs. You take the jobs that you want. You don't take the jobs that you don't want. And that's about all there is to it. Okay, so the program is loaded. It's just a one-tool click little soft jaws. I can show you inside the machine for a second here. So that's my setup. I have the aluminum soft jaws just clamped onto 1, 2, 3 blocks as spacers. My work coordinate system is already set from the last time that I ran something. Because you can't tell, but those are used soft jaws. I was just using those to make those parts. So we need to put a hole in there. So let's turn this around. I have a tool in my drawer. I have not yet standardized tool numbers, so even though this tool's preset and my Tormach could remember the length offset, I don't have that standardized yet, so that's not working. But all I need to do is ATC store current tool. It'll put away that tool. Let me see if I can find something to put you guys on. Microphone case. Okay. So now this tool doesn't actually even need to go into the ATC. I can just say, hey, and offsets, tool, move and set length, please. Okay, so that tool's set. The program that I'm about to run only needs that tool. So as long as I didn't screw up feeds and speeds, which I might have, then we should be good to go. And as long as I don't hit the 1, 2, 3 blocks, that would be awkward. I wonder, is there a better way for me to show you guys what's going on other than just holding the tablet? I don't think there is. But we'll set our max velocity down to 0 for a second to be safe. G55. Again, just to make sure that I'm not missing anything obvious, I'm gonna go G0, X0, Y0, G55, and turn my velocity down, hit enter. And if I jog down in Z a little bit, okay, work coordinate system is in the right place. And now, turn the max velocity down. I'm going to hit cycle start. And I'm going to pick you guys up. You see why this would be easier on my phone? I'm going to just kind of feather the velocity here to make sure nothing dumb is going to happen. We're just doing a big boring tool path. We should be kind of in the middle. It doesn't look like it's in the middle. I'm going to stop it for a second. Oh, yeah, okay. I think it's in the middle. Maybe. Kinda. Oh, I have questions that I have missed. I'll get to you guys in a second here. 1 second. Okay, let me get this running. I think it's fine. It'll be fine. I have it set to go back to that home position. That might be a little bit of a waste. I don't know, it might be a little bit off center. Maybe there's something wrong with how I modeled up the soft jaws, but that should work. Is my audio cutting in and out? Dylan says it is, but I know you're mobile right now, so I don't know if that's on your end or everybody. Okay, so Alex, you can't see something? This is what my Haas uses. This is ISO 20. My audio is choppy. Interesting. Well, tell me guys if it keeps being bad and I'll see what I can do. But here, so BT30, ISO 20. So Cat 40 in my shop would look massive because I'm used to such small tool holders. Nate is asking how close the Z-axis gets to the ceiling. It looks like it's touching, but it's not. So within 1/8 of an inch or so. Some people say audio's good. Some people says audio's bad. Maybe just try refreshing your stream if audio's bad. I don't know. My machine is backwards. I don't think I can fix that. I bet my shirt's backwards too. My camera, I think, is just reversing things, and I don't think that's a setting that I can change. So enjoy the mirrored world. But okay, we need to set up this next program, and I think I need to steal a tool from the Haas because I unfortunately only have one of them. I have 2 different parts, and well, I have a bunch of different parts. But one of the parts I could be making on the Haas right now, but unfortunately I need the tool that I'm about to load into the Tormach. So I can't do both at the same time. So I won't you let me do anything. MDI, erase program, M06 space T16. 16, enter. And that should do that tool change for me. So, tool release. This is the tool that I need to use on both. Dylan said he reopened YouTube and it's good now. Cheese Wedge says some gibberish. Hey JB Pipes, how you doing? All right, I think my soft jaws are done. I didn't hear any like metal screeching, so I probably didn't have any major incidents over there. Does that work? Okay. So it still gets me going back and forth between machines. I always try to hit hand jog on my Haas, or on my Tormach like I have to on my Haas, but the hand jog button doesn't exist. You just pick this up and hold the button on the side. I just stuck my tool holder to that. Okay, so we have a circle. Oh, that's right. I don't do this on live streams. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for that audio. So that should be good. We need to, let's set tools for this other program, which I haven't posted yet. So we're going to go back into computer land. So I can post the code, and I'll probably print a setup sheet or something. I don't have my like automation system set up yet, unfortunately. So we're still doing this manually. The air isn't that bad on your end. That is good. I assume my microphone does some automatic limiting to keep you guys from just losing your eardrums completely. All right, so we'll post this. This is ring 1B3. Post that. Oh, I need to change tool numbers. Hold on, we got to go look at the host for a second. Do I usually touch off my work offsets in the middle or somewhere else? Generally, for op 1, I do the middle of the material, the center of the material, just because it's really easy to probe for, and it'll help account for any like weirdnesses in material size. So like if this isn't exactly the right size, I just want it to be centered. That's all I care about. If I'm doing like normal vise work, then I touch off on the back left corner, which I think is pretty much what everyone does at this point. Oh, but I was supposed to be checking tool numbers. Okay, so this tool can go back in my drawer. I don't need to load that into the ATC. I need the 1/4 inch tool. That is tool 1, I think. Let me override some safeties. Nobody tell CE. So if that's tool 0, go to tool 1 for me. Yeah, so tool 1 is my 1/4 inch. I'm just going to do tool 16 for the thread mill, and we can get that set up. Man, we got bots. I have like 30 viewers, and some of you guys are bots. Everything's fine. Oh. Hold on, I gotta block people. Who here is from Discord? Dylan, you're driving. Alex, do you want to be an admin? Or Nate? Nate, I'm making you an admin. Nate's an admin. Alex, do you want to be an admin? You said you're not a bot, you swear. How do I know I have bots? Because they're copy pasting the same thing over and over again. Yes, art that makes art, you're not a bot. All right, Alex, be a mod, please. There we go, thank you guys. Okay, so I need to get this out of the ISO 20 tool holder and into its BT30 tool holder. Ooh, which means we get to test my vice jaws, which are surely going to break. You didn't copy paste, it was a different order. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys look like a bot. Maybe don't look like a bot if you don't want to be blocked. So for the ISO 20 tool holders, I don't really have a station to change them out. They don't need much torque or anything, so I just use a wrench and I can loosen them and pop them out. I've never had pull-out issues with ISO 20 tool holders. Well, at least on the Haas. The Haas just doesn't generate enough torque to do any damage. With the BT30s, I have had tool holder pull-out issues. And that is why I now have this fancy station here. Ooh, come on, camera. I don't have a good way to, maybe like that. There we go. These jaws are 3D printed, and if they work, I'm going to machine them out of metal, but right now, well, I know that they work. The design is fine. I have a feeling the plastic ones are about to break. You like bots? I mean, to be fair, I guess most of us are here to watch the robots run. Let me find a tool holder. Okay. So let's see if I can break some 3D printed jaws. If it lasts to 1, I'll be happy. Yeah. I have a torque wrench adapter that I thought would work, but it's the wrong size. So for ER16, I'm still not torque wrenching. I normally clean my collets. You guys are standing on my ultrasonic cleaner right now, and I don't want to turn it on and be loud and take forever. So I'm going to be lazy and just clean this out with a paper towel instead of the ultrasonic. It's a thread mill. It'll be fine. It's a thread mill that is going to do a 5 thou chamfer in plastic. So use printed jaws all the time, and they usually last. I mean, I'm sure you could do it, but I printed these at just like quick draft settings because all I was doing was checking the fit with the tool holders. I wasn't actually planning on using it as a thing. So I don't know. I could reprint it with like a bunch of perimeters and it'd probably be fine. Alex says he needs to buy torque wrench adapters. Yeah. Do you want these? Would these work for you? If these will work for you, I'll give them to you because for some reason they don't fit my collets. I can get put you guys in the ultrasonic. Hey, actually these jaws. Oh, nope, they just gave up the ghost. But I think that's tight enough. It's not a 1/2 inch end mill. It'll be fine. So, I mean, maybe if I did print those with a bunch of perimeters, they would be fine. Maybe switch to PETG or something. Little Shop of Random, you want to see me do Inconel? You know, I would love to do some Inconel. I have never tested it before. Like, I've never tried it. And I feel like that's one of those machining rites of passage where, like, you got to try Inconel at some point. This was tool 16. I got to try hard milling for the first time. And, well, you guys saw how that went. The hard milling wasn't really the hard part. It was slotting with a 1/16 inch end mill for hours and hours and hours on each part. Oh no, my chat didn't scroll down. JB Pipe says you had a 4mm 2-flute ball mill pullout. You didn't tighten it enough, ISO 20 call it. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of cleaning. I found that my tool pullout issues are a lot better when I put them in the ultrasonic between every tool change. You want to see what the part sees when it's being ultrasonicked. I think it would just result in a dead tablet. You have ER32, Alex. Yeah, it's so big though. All of my stuff is ER16, except I have 4 of these ER20s. Don't do Inconel, it's a trap, but I want to try it. Just mill some aluminum jaws in 7021. Yeah, that's kind of my plan. Hi there says PETG. I could try that too. Did I need any other tools for this job? Was it just these 2? Oh, that finished touching off, so please go to the ATC. Did I bring the thumb drive? No. All right, back to computer land. But oh, if you haven't seen my cleaning setup, it's that guy. I have an ultrasonic there. I'm behind and things are a mess right now, but normally I have one tool holder there that's ready to go. And when I need to change tools, I'll take the dirty tool holder, put it in there while I'm setting up the clean tool holder. And once the dirty tool holder is done, all I will do is pull it out and wipe it down with oil. Oh, my chat keeps getting behind. Helical tools are good for small sizes. Yeah, helical is good. I like SGS for most of my small tool stuff. I use a lot of online carbide too. I use a lot of Haas tools. So, Alex, you're going to start doing some 17.4 because of how easy it is to heat treat. I've done plenty of 17.4. We used to make those pry bars out of them, but we got that pre-hardened. So I don't know about heat treat. Cheese wedge, do I use whole milk or 2% in the Tormach? I use generally between 5 and 7% milk. So I'll let you do the fat concentration calculations from that. I believe that's actually more than whole milk. Oh, I need to check what the saw is. How can you work around the ultrasonics when it's running? Yours is obnoxiously annoying. It is obnoxiously annoying. One, it only goes for a couple minutes. Two, I wear sound canceling headphones like 99% of the time. Even now, I have sound canceling headphones on. Two is my saw. Even though I'm not playing anything through them, because they, yada yada, sound canceling headphones are not hearing protection, but they do definitely block out a lot of the noise. So it is what it is. My saw is tool 2. And okay, so the probe 99, 1/4 inch is tool 1, thread mill is tool 16, saw is tool 2. And that's the only thing in this program. JB Pipe says you have a cheap 2.2 kilowatt spindle. So not really nice to ultrasonic clean every tool change you blow them. Hey, it helps. You would be surprised at how big of a difference it makes. It makes your run out better. It makes the collets grip better. I think it's worth doing. Lone Wolf says Fresia is nice for small stuff. Fresia is expensive. I know I should test it out, but it's expensive. Cheese Wedge, thanks for putting up with you. You're welcome. You're keeping the chat lively, which is good. All right. So now I can post this code. Who wants to name the program? What are we naming it? Someone name it quick. Cheese Wedge, give me a name for the program. Juicy J. Okay. I don't know if you meant this as the program name, but Juicy J it is. I use MSC for a lot of tools. I tried to go through a distributor for the SGS stuff, but it ended up being more of a pain. They took longer and they were more expensive, and their shipping was atrocious. They charged me, I think it was $45 for shipping, it was shipping like 6 1/8-inch end mills. They charged me $45 for 2-day FedEx shipping. It's like, come on guys, I know how much shipping costs, but this is outrageous. With Fresia, you got 4 times tool life compared to SGS. My problem is I don't normally have tool life issues. I normally have programming issues. So it's better for me to get 4 tools that last 1/4 as long than it is 1 tool that lasts 4 times as long, because I generally don't break them with normal operations, we could say. Now that is going to change. This is sticking up really far. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. I took a big job. I took a 2,000 part job. And on that one, I may need to worry about tool life. All right, we need to probe this in. Tool 99, please. Can you guys see my setup? Ultra Tool. Ultra Tool's a place. All right, there's my setup. So I've got 2 inches of part down in there. Our stick out's a little bit long, but this part is slowly going to get more shorter. So let's see. Now I'm a little bit worried that our probe isn't going to have enough clearance. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're fine. Okay, so I believe this probing macro wants us on the right side. Go about yay far down. Rectangular circle, find X, Y. Okay. The chip conveyor would be nice for this production job. I don't think it's actually out yet. I think they are still working on that. Little Shop of Random, ordered some custom cutters and the shipping was 40%. Yeah, that sounds about right. Lakeshore Carbide. I used to use a lot of Lakeshore Carbide. There's nothing wrong with Lakeshore Carbide by any means. I have switched to a lot of online carbide, and mostly because they're a little bit cheaper than Lakeshore, and I like them just as much. And their shipping's faster. Norman says the conveyor isn't out yet. Any word on when that's going to drop? Because I would love one like ASAP. Dylan, you need to work out with a deal to Ultra Tool to start drop shipping, or you want me to? Because I would actually totally sell tools. I could do that. That would be fun. So on this macro, I have found that its accuracy tends to be a little bit determined by how close to the center of the stock you start. And so I always run it twice. The Titans came out with a conveyor for the silos. I did not know that. I actually didn't know it wasn't an option already. So I don't know if I've explained what we're about to be doing here, but the reason we have such a long stick out is because we're going to use the salami slice method. So we should get something like 45 parts out of that piece that's sticking up, and we're going to machine the top, and then we're going to machine, where's my finger? We're going to machine the top, and then we're going to use a saw to cut it all off. And then without moving the stock or anything, we're just going to go ahead and machine the second part. So I need to jog up. We need to touch off the top of the material. Oh no, guys, do you know what I did? I'm in the wrong work coordinate system. I guess we could change it in the program. I just lost the coordinate system on my JAWS. Probe Z. Okay. Shipping on the whatchamacallits was slow. Interesting. Oh, and are they coming in from? Okay, so let's get way out of the way so we don't actually crash anything. Let's put the probe away to be safe. Okay, and now, what did I name? What was my abomination of the name? Juicy J. Okay. I never edit things on the controller, but we should be able to. If I hit edit, G54. Uh-oh, where's my keyboard? Norman, my on-screen keyboard doesn't work in the text editor. Okay, never mind. We're gonna have to do this on the controller. I don't have a keyboard on this thing. I know that was a choice that I have made for myself. I decided, I didn't get the Tormach keyboard with it because I didn't like how it felt, because it's a waterproof keyboard. And I was like, I'll just use my own keyboard. And then my own keyboard didn't fit in the little tray that they give you underneath the operator's console. And because of that, I just don't have a keyboard. Oh, dang it. YouTube was hiding some of my comments. They do have a find and replace close shot, but it wouldn't pull up the keyboard. I'll just change it in CAD. It's fine. Okay. Back to the shop. I really need to put a computer next to this machine. If you look over there, the Haas has its own dedicated computer, but I haven't set that up yet over here. So I waste a whole lot of time walking. The reason being, I don't have a second computer to dedicate to this. I also need to get the networking set up on this machine. I briefly tried for a couple minutes and it wasn't working. I just haven't gotten around to fixing it. Let's load the right program, please. We need to go back. There's a problem. There's a problem with this post processor where it doesn't spit out the code correctly for probing, and you have to add a manual NC. I could fix it. I just haven't gotten around to it. All right, back in here. Let me pull up the right code. The live stream has the DTE logo on it? Where? Where is the DTE logo? Is it like a watermark? I wonder if I have that set up in my YouTube settings somewhere. That's so funny. All right, let's put in my, so it's just a pass-through manual NC that I have to put in here. I know they're gonna fix this on the next release. Tormach's working on it, I just don't have it yet. What manual NC do I have to input? Norman, it's the thing where I have to put in the probe rapid rough per minute, or rough rapid per minute, because the probing macros use the wrong, like they use a weird name or something like that, and so I have to manually put in one, and it, we talked about that. I think I filed an error, not an error report, whatever you call them. That should be fixed already. Do I just need to upgrade or update my post? I bet my post might be out of date. That's good to know, because I'm about to fork off my own, that almost sounded like a bad word. I need to fork off my own version of the post to start putting in my automation stuff. So after I do that, please don't edit the post anymore. Just leave it how it is. Okay. No errors this time. I'm gonna blow my nose. Oh, no, I'm outside of paper towels. Sorry. Okay. I wonder if there's a better place I can put you guys as we prove out this code. Should I put you back on the stool? Where's the stool? I can put you guys on the stool looking into the side of the machine. I'm not going to be able to see your chats. I guess I can pull up my phone for chat. Almost. Let's bring my microphone case back out. I feel like I'm setting up a child to watch. There you go. Okay. That material being so, is this going to fall over? Okay. I have my phone to look at chat. Give me a second. Let me turn off Bluetooth so it doesn't start playing in my ear. And find my own live stream. Nope, don't play my own noise. And hey, there's the chat. Okay. I should buy cheap cameras and 3D print stuff for them, mounts for them. I have some like Wise cameras for monitoring my mill when I'm gone, but I can't live stream with them. Well, yeah. Long story short, I can't live stream with them. There are ways that I could set up like a whole streaming setup. Okay, this program starts with some probing. Is it off the side of the part? No. Okay. And this is because of the salami slice nature of the program. Okay, so I have option stop turned on, so I'm going to press that. We'll do a tool change. Quarter-inch rougher. We don't need coolant on for this. We'll turn that off. My tool paths tend to be pretty conservative, so don't be surprised if this is a little bit slow. Man, that is fuzzy. I probably should have turned on air blast so that we could see. I am getting a little bit of a chirping. We might need to cut this bar shorter because we can't have that chirping. All right, so there's the roughing done. Now we're gonna contour the outside. Nope, don't do the coolant. Now we're gonna contour the outside. Nope, we're gonna contour the inside. Oh, I made a mistake. Bye-bye part. I made a mistake. I forgot to set the tool diameter. Whoopsies. Well, we'll keep testing the rest of the program. Hey, look, it would have erased the part again. Yeah, I know about the chatter. We're gonna fix that. Rao Gadon asked if I'm gonna be upgrading machines anytime soon. You know, I don't have any plans at the moment. So, sorry, I was stopping, trying to figure out what I was doing. Is this gonna? Okay. That would have faced off the top of it had I not already deleted my part. I'll show you guys where I went wrong here in a second. Now we're gonna change to the thread mill. Close shot, this isn't aluminum, this is PEEK, P-E-E-K plastic. All right, so coolant, go away. Thread mill. This would be deburring the top and the bottom of the part. Not the NURB. This is PEEK, P-E-E-K. So I wonder if I could clamp something to the bar to cut down on that chatter, or if I would need to just cut it in half. Okay, so this is, again, doing some more chamfering. I need to put the bar on an Aroa pallet. I don't have all the Aroa pallet stuff, but that's coming soon. I have Aroa, stop it. I have Aroa stuff for the Haas, but not for this one yet. Okay, this would be the backside chamfer, I believe. Peaks of that mistake cost $43. Yeah, something like that. Fortunately, these parts are pretty small. Doing more chamfering. Now I think we're gonna do the stop the coolant, the backside chamfer on the inside, which this one might rub, don't rub. Hey, look, it didn't rub, okay. And after this, we should be switching to the saw. And had we not already erased our part, the saw would be parting it off. Theoretically, this should do nothing since I did previously erase the part. So, this probably takes a couple steps in. I don't remember how many. Hopefully we don't rub the collet nut. That would be embarrassing. Ignore the fact that the bottom of my collet nut is black and that my vise is chewed up. I can't imagine how those two things happen at the same time. Blake, it's great to see the 1500 running. You can try to decrease SFM. This is true, because I think you want to feed fast and keep the heat out of the plastic, although PEEK can take a lot of heat. Yep, I could try that. I could try putting a clamp on the material too. Okay, so that would have been the whole program. Does the saw step in or spiral? It did step in, mostly because that's easier to program. Do I saw it off to thickness or leave some material to face it? No, I am sawing it to thickness. That's the whole reason I love this, is all the accurate features are going to be determined in the same program, in the same setup. But, so do you guys figure out what I did that erased the part yet? It's a noob mistake. Anybody know what it is? I can fix it in about 4 seconds. My mistake was I used tool wear compensation or tool diameter compensation, but I didn't type in the number into the controller. So it thought the tool was a 0 diameter, and it basically stuck the center line of the tool directly through the middle of my part. Yeah, Daniel, you got it. I didn't have my diameter set in the control. Classic mistake. In the Haas, I measure all of my tools, but this isn't the Haas, and so I didn't measure my tools. All right, should we try the clampy clamp before I cut this material in half? Sometimes just add, I don't know if I have a clamp big enough actually. Sometimes just adding mass to a big part like this is enough. Because all we're trying to do is change the vibration modes, and mass will do that. These clamps aren't particularly heavy, but they might do something. And I can try slowing down the SFM like someone recommended earlier, and I'll have to remember to move these clamps down. But remember that probing operation right at the beginning? So I'm about to run the exact same code. I don't have to shift my work coordinate systems at all. I'm going to turn off option stop, and we should be going through it. So close shot, I do actually have a tool presetter. I don't think the macros exist to measure the diameter right now. At least they're not built into the controller, as far as I know. Norman, correct me if I'm wrong. Probe feed rates are fixed in the version of the yeah. Okay, so I just need to update my post. That's good to know. All right, let's see if we get that same chatter with my two 20-gram clamps. I bet we do. Roughing sounds fine at least. Don't hit the clamps. It shouldn't. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? I should probably turn on smoothing on that tool path. That was a little bumpy. You like how these are just photography clamps? They're not like machining clamps. Yeah, Norman, tool diameter touch off doesn't exist on Pathpilot. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't found it to be the most useful thing in the world, even on the Haas. I don't think we got chatter. I think we chattered last time at this point. I just kind of use it because it's there. I still have to manually adjust it like every single time, so. Sounds better. Yeah, I think it was legitimately the clamps. All right, so the backside deburring with this tool, which I could probably run at twice the speed, is the one thing in this program I've never done before. Small Rig is a machine tolling company. I don't know what that means. Does Xometry have a guarantee you get paid? Insurance or whatever, like PayPal? The yes and no. Like, the guarantee is that you can sue them if they don't pay you, because Xometry is your customer. Xometry's customer is not your customer. Xometry is your customer, and Xometry is the one who needs to pay you. So if Xometry doesn't pay you, you can sue them directly. It's not like a payment platform. Like, it's Xometry is your customer. And if you didn't tell, I walked away to change the speeds and feeds on that cutter. I probably should be watching it. That would be smart. Hopefully it doesn't crash. You guys tell me if it crashes, okay? Okay, now with new and improved speeds and feeds. What kind of tool flute geometry does the tool have running peak in the past? Sometimes you need to go to a streaker style cylindrical grind type used in aluminum to suppress chatter. I don't know. The 1/4-inch tool is an aluminum tool, so I don't know. A variable fluid aluminum tool. I'll be in there in one more second, guys. Sorry. I'm fixing speeds and feeds. Did my part work? There's probably some old school machinist dying inside that I just left relatively unproven code to run on its own. I kind of do that a lot, though. Okay, I have new code ready. Did we make a part? Did the part go flying? Can we find the part? These are the important questions. Sometimes with salami slice, it's really easy, and sometimes it's not easy. So, where's the part? Oh, there it is. I need like a long pickery uppery thing. Where is my hook? Where is my hook? I have this tool that I use specifically for grabbing things that have fallen behind stuff and things, but I don't know where it is right now. Fine, I'm just gonna have to get coolanty. Yeah! There it is. All right, how's she looking? Not too bad. Let me grab you guys. I'm not going to show you the part up close for reasons, but I'm just going to stand over here. The top of the part looks great. There's a little bit of a ring around the inside, either because the part ejected prematurely or some other reason. What's our thickness like? 0.072. Where'd my drawing go? My drawing is in my yellow notepad. Okay. I'm in spec. I'm 3 thou under nominal, but I'm in spec. So what is that little ring caused by? That is the question. I bet it just wasn't supported from when it was cut off on the slitting saw. I could finish it off on a second op. I could change my speeds and feeds on the saw. Man, everything else is looking so good. What are my other dimensions? We might have to put this thing on the optical comparator. Thickness. That is dead nuts. It's plus 0 -1 on this thickness, and I am at the +0. I should probably measure that with something better than calipers. Probably do that on the optical comparator too. The thickness was good. The inside ring diameter. On the inside ring diameter, I can get whatever the heck I want because it's a thin piece of plastic and it just moves. But other than that, we're good. We hit everything. We just have that weird lip. James, Freaky Climber, this is the job that I was waiting on material for. Can I mill inside deeper and alter the slitting saw step over for clean cut through on the last step? Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do, is change that program. If I had to, This would not be fun for 60 parts of this. But if I had to, I could put it on a lapping plate. Or put it in soft jaws and do a second op. That's worst case scenario. I could try parting it with the thread mill, like going almost all the way through, and then using the thread mill to do that chamfer at the same. Maybe I don't like that idea. How do our chamfers look? Fine, I guess. There are chamfers all the way around. All right, so let's try changing the slitting saw speeds and feeds. Do we want to go faster or slower on that last step? Maybe, or smaller step overs? Let's try same speed and half the size of the last step over. So, and I've changed my thread mill speeds and feeds while you guys were watching that program earlier. So, Close Shot asked, would a key seat cutter be better than a slitting saw? I would say yes. I used to use a Harvey Tool 1-inch diameter slitting saw until I broke it. But up until I broke it, that thing was great because it didn't have the nubbin on the bottom like my slitting saw does. And let's see. Let's try a 3 thou like final pass. And I'm going to do, I think I can do 2 of those. Maybe 3 of them. All right, so I'm taking 20 thou roughing cuts, and then I'm going to do 3 thou cuts for that last little perimeter. The other thing I can do is do basically 0, like right now I'm going 10 thou past the part. If I move that to like 0, I should be left with a teeny tiny tab. Send the inside 10 thou deeper. That's what I'm doing right now. So I might do it, I might not do that. So it leaves a little bit of a tab and leaves that part hanging there. I don't want to change too many things at the same time then. Metalhead Machine, how tall is my shop? The rafters are at exactly 8 feet, and this like corrugated sheet metal brings that down by like a ½ inch. So it's like 97.5 inches. Blake says, you saw my 2024 earnings video, not surprisingly, isometry heavy. Yeah, it's kind of what I do a lot of. Am I going to use their QMS system in a box to become level 1 compliant? I am already level 1 compliant at very least, probably level 2 compliant. I have an existing QMS system. I need to go back and kind of reevaluate it, and like their compliance systems used to work differently than they do now. And I need to just check that I'm still compliant, but I should be fine. I also probably need to make sure that I am actually following everything that my QMS system says, because I don't think I am, at least not all the time. I'm pretty sure my QMS system says I do instrument calibrations weekly, which I definitely don't do that. It's more like monthly. But weekly is overkill, and I can just change my QMS system to match what I do in reality. So, new code. Let's go try this out. It's nice not having to set up a new piece of material and just being able to hit go. This is why the salami slice method is fantastic. All right. I do need to load the new code. That is a thing I have to do. Go. So we've had a couple people excuse me. We've had a couple people come in. Let me explain what I'm doing. So I'm making parts out of this peak. They're basically about it. They are just rings at the moment. They do have an op 2 that adds a feature to the side later, but I'm not going to do that one on stream. So the way we're making these is we're coming in, we're probing the top, then we're roughing out the middle, contouring the inside and the outside, using a chamfer tool to, using a thread mill to do chamfers on the top and the bottom, inside and out. And then we're using a slitting saw to part them off. Daniel says you'd recommend just putting mics and calipers and stuff like that. Way you're not held down to a date. Most people check them pretty often anyway. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I do need to record. I do need to record calibration checks. I have all of them serialized. So, for example, this says M1. I know it's mirrored for you guys. M1-1, which means this is a micrometer, 0 to 1 inch, and this is serial number 1 of that. I have the ability to disappear into air. Oh, okay. I thought this was number 2, but this is calipers, 4-inch calipers number 1. I also have 4-inch calipers number 2. So that's how my system works. And then I have these in an Airtable document where I can keep track of my calibration records. I do calibration based on gate. I'm not calibrating them. I am verifying the calibration of them with a gauge block. So I just have a master gauge block. The only thing it gets used for is being measured with these tools. So that's like my shop standard. And as long as these aren't drifting away from that shop standard, I am good. Yeah, they're not calibrations, they're verifications against a standard. That is something that I should be clarifying. To calibrate my main master gauge, I throw it away and I buy a new one. I do that once a year. It's cheaper and easier than sending that gauge block in for a true calibration. So 8 feet tall is plenty to house an MX without cutting clearance for the head. 8 inches is, I would say, like exactly what you need. 8 feet, maybe like 95, 96 inches. You could probably get away with a little bit more if you lower the feet a little bit, but 95, 96, 97 inches is kind of ideal. How's she look? She's not done yet. It's parting now. It's finished parting, and now I get to play the find the part game again. Do you think it ended up in the same spot? The fact that it's gone is probably a pretty good sign that it did leave that same little burr. But if we can get to the burr to a point where I can just remove it with an X-Acto knife, we should be fine. Like if it's a burr, it's fine. If it's a chunk of material, it's not fine. Back left this time. Okay, I have a question for you guys who do a lot of machining. I get like 75% of my chips on the left side and like 25% on the right side. Or no, wait. Yeah, that way. Like almost all of my chips go to the left side and not to my right side. Is that normal? Is that just like normal machining strategies have a tendency to throw chips that way? Or is that like a quirk of the 1500? Oh, that's all I can go through the window. Like, is that just because I'm climb milling, and if I conventional milled, it would go to the other side? Or is that because, like, I don't know, the coolant tends to push chips that way? Hey, that's looking a lot better. Okay. Did I miss anything in chat? Daniel, you got to find a new anodizer for Zom stuff. I have not anodized anything for Xometry. I have a good heat treater that I use, and he also does black oxide. But, you know, I don't know if this improved much. How are we doing on size? It's probably just that it's the coolant. All right, I'm dead nuts on thickness. -1 on the width of the ring. But I still have that. Burr. Or is it in my head? No, it's there. Does it come off with an X-Acto knife? It's more than a burr, it's a step. Why am I getting that step? No, it's too big to X-Acto knife off. It's weird because it's like all the way chamfered, but then there's a step behind it. Is broaching available on the Tormach? Not to my knowledge. I think it could do it in terms of like capabilities of the machine, but I don't think any of the macros or anything are there. That's a good thing to ask Foot Pedal Jones. It's a quirk of multiple things, coolant flow and drip. Yeah, and if you're not hogging aggressively, if you hog aggressively, then it's less likely to cover. Norman said Norman is not okay with the broaching thing. All right, let's do another one of these. Let's try leaving a small tab and seeing what happens. Ooh, actually, I'm using a 2D contour. Could I just leave tabs? Does that work, or would it try to pull up in the Z direction? Little Shop of Random says cut heavier. I could try that too. But let's try changing one thing at a time here. And I'm going to give it a radial stock to leave of 1 thou, which maybe 3 thou, because there is that chamfer on the other side. So, well, no, I am going off the chamfer. Okay, I'm going to leave it a stock to leave of 1 thou. And I'm going to go back. Nope, only changing one thing at a time. Only changing one thing at a time. Just that. Posting the new code. Let's try this again. It'll pull up in Z if I'm doing it. Oh, in Mastercam, I'm pretty sure in Fusion it'll pull up in Z, which is very much not what you want a slitting saw to do. Now, what I could do is manually draw a sketch and use a trace on that sketch, or even actually still a 2D contour. That would definitely work. All right, load the new code and make sure I'm not going to hit a clamp, and off to the races. So the new speeds and feeds on the thread mill did seem to work. I don't even notice a finish difference, even though I'm running it 4 times faster. Close Shot says you like the new stuff they added in the trace. I didn't notice anything new, to be fair. I'll have to go take a look at that. Do what I told you, draw a sketch. Yeah, the drawing a sketch fixes a whole lot of evils. It's definitely the slowest way to program, but it's also like the best way to get good tool paths. Instead of going around the part, draw 2 construction lines and leave a tab so you can cut it off. I don't think my saw has enough depth of cut to like come in from either side. I could potentially do a square and leave 4 posts. I've never done that before. That would actually be kind of fun. We'll try this one more time with the 1 or 2 thou tab, whatever I did, and see where it goes. There's 70 people in here. Hi, 70 people. I think last time we did this, we maxed out at like 35. Either I'm being more interesting or this is a better time to stream. But you guys are keeping me awake and giving me motivation. I mean, it's the late hour of 9:15 my time. But I was really just wanting to go to bed and to not dealing with this. Jonah says do 2 arcs of like 130. I could try it. I've got all night to try whatever. Nerds like us, hello. Blake says I'm doing great stuff. I've so far made 2 scrap parts, so maybe not the greatest of things. Hi, car guy. Yeah, thank you guys for keeping me awake and motivated to work on this stuff. My brother was here for like 10 minutes, but I think he dipped out a long time ago. More than you made today. Yeah, I guess, no, I don't know. Making scrap is probably worse than making nothing. I did make like 70 of the other parts today, so. Center square. I need water. Where is my water? Otherwise, my voice is gonna leave. I'm still like a little bit sick, but so much better than I was a week ago. I need to fill up my water. We're gonna go do my favorite thing in the whole machine shop, use my favorite machine that I have ever invested in. How many can I scrap before I start getting low on material? I honestly don't have a clue. I think I have 2 inches extra of material or something like that. So as long as I don't scrap 2 inches worth, I should be fine. CMTB, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, my chat just disappeared. Sorry. This is my favorite machine in the whole shop. It's a water cooler. It's not the kind that uses a tank that I have to fill up. It is the kind that has like a filter system. So it's just always fresh, super cold water. I cranked the knob that controls the temperature to like 0, and it's the best thing ever. Was it an Amazon buy? Yes and no. I chose out the one that I wanted on Amazon, and then I just happened to check Facebook Marketplace, and I found the exact same one for 30 bucks. So the hot water on it leaks, so I don't use the hot water, which is fine. It would be nice occasionally for like hot chocolate or ramen. But I lost that train of thought. So it can heat, but it has a slow leak. Do I have enough clearance for an ID than an OD cut? I would have to do the roughing deeper down, which is actually fine because that would be like, because I'm salami slicing, it would just basically pre-rough the next part. So theoretically, it's Saturday night, go watch some YouTube and relax like us. But yeah, who makes your YouTube for you to relax to? Oh, hey, look, this one's on the table. I would actually love to, but my material for this was like 5 days late. It's still doing it. I'm now wondering if there's something wrong in my code, because I have not seen this before. Oh, I wonder, is the material moving on me? No, I'm not going to show details on this part. I mean, it's a ring, like it's a circle. The proprietary stuff comes in the next op, but. Oh, one side is 5 thou thicker than the other side. So, oh, wait, man, maybe I just mismeasured. 073. No, I take that back. I hit the lip. Interesting. Why am I getting that little lip? I mean, I could just leave some extra material and do a second op. I really don't want to. Draw a picture. I can draw a pic. Well, actually, I'm really bad at drawing pictures. Just imagine a lip around the inside that's like 10 thou deep. Do I have a Monday through Friday schedule? Yes. I also just happen to have a weekend schedule, and I just work all of it. I do normally not work that much on weekends, but because this material was so late, I was able to not get a lot of done during the week. Well, do we try drawing a sketch? Do the salami from the inside. I would just have to go really deep on the roughing to make room for the nub. It's collapsing down on itself during the last cut. I could still try speeds and feeds one more time. Let's see, what would I do? I could slow it down a lot for the last cut. We can try that. Let's just try going slow. It is going like 80 inches a minute right now, which isn't fast. You think I should go faster. So I can go slower, or I can go faster. Yes, a little shop of random. It does kind of look like when you part it off on a lathe, except it's fairly wide. It's like, I don't know, 10 thou wide or something like that. Yes, I am undercutting with the thread mill before I chamfer. All right, much heavier cut? We can do heavier cut. That's a variable we haven't tried yet. So same speeds and feeds, 20 thou depth of cut. The saw is only 32 thou, so I don't want to go too deep. It just, the flutes aren't that big to get chips out of there. One finishing pass, 20 thou. Do I do a stock to leave or not on this one? Yeah. Would be easier if there was a peak filament you can buy and 3D print them. You can buy peak filaments and 3D print them. That is an option that the customer would have had, except the accuracies I'm going to here are far beyond 3D printing at this point. Now I did do some like consulting work for a company that it's not the thread mill digging in. I don't know. It might be the thread mill doing something weird. We could try turning off that tool path next. I did some consulting work for a company that did metal 3D printing where I was helping them like post machine some of their prints. And it was pretty cool. But one of these features is plus or minus 5/10, so half of a thousandth of an inch. And yeah, you may run into some material property issues. I legitimately have no clue what these are for. They seem to be some sort of seal, if I had to guess, and because they are peak, that probably means they are doing something that is chemical resistant-y and or temperature resistant-y. But I don't know, there's lots of ways to skin a cat. In the future, as 3D printing gets better, maybe that does just become the go-to. But in the meantime, I have a mill. People hire me to mill stuff, so we mill stuff. Okay, let's see how that one goes. Did I do it bad? I'm back. Greetings from Poland. Hi from Poland. Thanks for the Xometry videos. You're doing Xometry in Europe. Be careful, from what I understand, Xometry in Europe is very different than Xometry in the US, so my advice and stuff may not apply. So, sorry about that. The material might be failing from the last cut. Hold with a V block. I mean, my work holding is fine. I don't have any problems with that. We fixed that shatter with my high-tech handy-dandy clamps. Yeah, I could rough farther down and part from the inside. Alex, you went to bed. That's fine. You can get some sleep for me. You found me yesterday on YouTube? Nice. That's pretty recent. That video didn't get a ton of views, but it seemed to get a lot more subscribers than I normally get in a video. So apparently it reached the right people. I have a longer version of that video coming out soon. It's recorded, but not 100% edited yet. I just have some some touch-ups to do, and then I can post it. But I realized that a lot of people would just want the numbers and not like my goals for 2025. So it is 3:23 a.m. there. No, it is 9:23 a.m. or 9:23 p.m. here. Why is my phone not keeping up with chat anymore? Come on, phone. There we go. CPE, what issue am I having? So when I'm making these rings, I'm parting them off with a slitting saw, and it's leaving this big ugly step on the inside of the part. I was gonna show you guys here. Let me get a roll of tape. There we go. This is dramatically exaggerated, but basically, like this dimension here is right. And then it's got this big old step on the inside diameter. And I'm not sure why. So we're trying to figure that out. We can measure. I think the step is about 10 thou. About 5 thou. So we're trying to figure out how to get rid of that. CMTB, what kind of camera am I using? Well, I used to use a DJI Osmo camera, one of like the little handheld gimbal cameras, until it stopped focusing. So if you notice that like a lot of my videos look good, everything was focused, everything was nice, and then they got blurry, that was because that camera went bad. And so after that camera stopped focusing on me, I've switched to just doing it on my Google Pixel. I do it on my cell phone now. I do have this DJI mic that lets me talk to you guys and so you can hear me. Alex, is it a, oh, and right now we're doing this on my tablet because my phone didn't have enough battery. Is it a burr or a step? I mean, I think it's technically a burr, but it looks like a step. Like it's like square in cross section. It's not like a frilly little burry thing. It's like a legitimate piece of material. I don't know, maybe it's not cutting deep enough. I'm working Saturday night for peanuts so that some new grad engineer could make their, I'm probably not, well, it depends on how long these take. If these take me 12 hours, then I'm like $300, $400, $500 an hour. So sure, peanuts, that's peanuts to you, but so I just posted that video about how much money I was making, and it worked out to be about where'd my part go? About $75,000 last year of Xometry income. I currently, between this job and an upcoming job that should be done, well, that's oversimplification of it. But basically, out of the jobs that I have booked right now for the near future, I am at $20,000 so far for 2022 or 2025. Guys, I can't find my part. Where'd it go this time? Oh, we did a much heavier depth of cut. That's right. So the fact it was probably going to be more inclined to go flying away. And whoever said that, this is, of course, not a Xometry job. Could I draw a basic cross-section view? I could, but it seems like a lot of effort. Try making the chamfer wider. Yeah, but they mentioned the chamfer on the drawing. Where'd my part go? Where's my part? I wonder, do we know that this is on the bottom of the part and not the top of the part? Yeah, it's definitely the bottom of the part. I can see the... Is my part in the chip pan? I haven't done salami slice on this mill before. At least not of small parts like this. So I don't know where they like to end up. This could be problematic. Where'd my part go? Dylan, I have a video on 2025 goals. I don't really want to go over it again, but yes, that's coming. There's my part. It's in the chip pan. Okay. Man, is it? I'm starting to wonder if it's something dumb in my program because nothing I am doing is changing anything. It's like exactly the same. Something should be changing with what we're doing. Why is nothing changing? Is it trying to cut at multiple depths? That would be embarrassing. Nah, my simulation looks fine. Do we want to try taking out that chamfer to see what happens? I think it's my stock to leave. Yeah, nothing weird in the simulation. It could be a mismatch between where my chamfer is in reality versus in the computer, because in the computer, it's a 45-degree chamfer. In reality, it's a 60-degree chamfer. But all right, negative 20 thou stock to leave. If that doesn't change it, then I don't think anything is going to change it. What else should we try? Do I have the right saw diameter? Yeah, I've used the saw a ton of times. The axial stock to leave is correct. Yeah, well, we know that the axial stock to leave is correct because my thickness is coming out on spec. I don't know. All right, big negative stock to leave. Let's see what this does. I need my thumb drive. Hold on. Can I hand program the slitting saw? I mean, Little Shop of Random says this makes no sense. Yeah, something weird's happening. Can I hand program it? Sure. Do I want to hand program it? No. If I had to hand program it, or if I had to do it manually, I would. If I had to do it manually, I would just draw the toolpath manually. I have another theory too, which is maybe my roughing needs to rough deeper. So I'm gonna, wait, I think I see it. I think my inside finishing pass isn't deep enough. So on my inside finishing path, tool pass, I'm gonna go down an extra 10 thou. Oh, nope, I just did that wrong. Oh my gosh, if I could type any numbers correctly, this would be great. Okay, so on my inside, the tool pass that finishes the inside of the ring, I'm gonna go 10 thou deeper. Yes, negative stock to leave means the saw is going deeper into the part. Time to buy a lathe. I mean, the op1 on this definitely could be done on a lathe. Yeah, okay, it would be easier on a lathe. But I don't have a lathe, I have a mill. So we're making the part on a mill. And the second op you could do it with a live tooled lathe, but I definitely don't have one of those. All right, so big negative stock to leave, and my finishing tool path is going deeper. It'd be really funny if the G code wasn't updating, but I think it is updating. I just had to check that. All right, clamps are clear. Let's make sure that the new one's loaded and send it. So we'll see how this one does. Fast forward to see result. Yeah, that doesn't work when you're live. A Haas CL1 would be nice, but again, if you gave me the money to spend on a Haas CL1, I would probably buy a CM1 instead. So, I would not mind a little manual lathe, to be honest. I still don't think I'd use it for production, but it would come in handy for like cleaning these up or something. The horsepower of the spindle, 6, 5, 4, something like that. Yeah, if I can't figure this out in cam soon, I'm going to switch my strategy to do something, probably a square. If the G code was not updated, you'd hit me. Yeah, I've made that mistake before. I was accidentally posting to my downloads folder and then running the code that was on my thumb drive, and nothing I did changed anything. You have a love-hate relationship with your CL1? I would like one, especially one with the live tooling. But like, I don't know, I do mill stuff. I'm working on automating this stuff. Imagine having 10 machines all making $350 an hour or $1,000 an hour. Yeah, that would be really nice. I have parts that once these are up and running reliably, I can shift over to the Haas and start making some parts. I probably won't be hitting $350 an hour on those parts, but I could probably do $100 an hour. While this one, once it starts cranking these, I mean, 300, 500 an hour, something like that, wouldn't be that hard. I do need to figure out the fixture for the Op 2 still. Good luck keeping them booked up at 350. Yeah, 350 would be a good number. Yeah, they didn't get the live tooling on your CL1. That is, in fact, sad. Can we do an experiment? Maybe. I don't know how to do an experiment. Nope, don't want to do that. What does that button do? No, don't want to do that. Never mind, we're not doing an experiment. Is that my own shop? Yes, this is my own shop. A couple of machines booked at 70 an hour would be fine, yeah. I took a job that is a total of about 2,000 parts and 3 releases. So that's a good amount of button pushing work for me. Basically, like if I make like 350 parts a week, or no, 350 parts a month for that job for the next 6 months, I'll be good. Much lower margins than I'm used to, because I like the small precision stuff I make is generally pretty high margin. This is kind of bigger material removal kind of stuff, and it's lower margin, but it's still fairly healthy. So I'll be able to like just kind of button push my way through that. Are all my machines single phase 120 volts, or do I have access to 3-phase? Both my machines are single phase 240 volts. Did I get that through Zom? That one was a Xometry job, yes, the 2,000 part one. I don't know if I'll be showing anything on that. Like a lot of the times, if I have a Xometry job, I will do a part that kind of looks like the part for YouTube. So I can just like reuse all my tool paths for when I run the actual part, but I still get to show the stuff on YouTube. And I don't think I'll bother on that one. I'll probably just do like a high density pallet and run them overnight or something. All right. We got to play my favorite game again. This is a problem I do need to solve before I make 60 of these things. Where's the part? Maybe we'll just call it a feature that they all end up in the chip tray. Or I could turn off coolant and just do an air blast so it's a little bit more predictable. Is it on the other side this time? Ow. I need to get a red bin for these parts too. Bin of shame. There's my part. Maybe it's nice that it ends up in the chip tray. All right, what I missed chat-wise? Yeah, automatic part ejection. It looks the same. Let me take a measurement. So this one, it's very hard to measure. Approximately 16 thou thick. It's about the same. What could be causing this? Do we... How much space do I have from the top? I don't know, there's like an inch or two there. It's fine. All right, let's go to squares. We'll do a square parting move. I think, yeah, it's tool pressure making it shear off. It's the only thing I can think of. The only problem is it's very consistent no matter what I do. make the tabs manually with wire. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll, have I used the Haas carbide drills? I don't really use drills. I know that's a controversial statement, but I just don't use drills. I just bore everything. Is it a sharp tool? That saw has probably, no, it's only seen plastic. That saw has only seen PEEK because I replaced it a little bit. It's not tool pressure because the tool pressure would have changed something. I'm inclined to agree. It almost seems like it's something with my chamfer. Would changing the order of operations help? No, because the part off has to be the very last one. Okay. I'm going to suppress that last chamfer, and I forgot my thumb drive again, and maybe suppressing that chamfer will do something. And you know what? Someone give me a new program name, just to make sure that we're not running the same code over and over again. Yeah, it's unfilled PEEK. First person to give me a new program name wins. So what are we going to name this one? Butter, all caps. All right, this program is named Butter. And let me just check this toolpath one more time to make sure it's not doing multiple depths or something. No, it's all one depth. The preview shows it cutting all the way through. The finished feed rate is still 80 inches a minute, which that's something we haven't tried changing yet. Yeah, no more Juicy J. All right, so we'll try this without the chamfer, and if this doesn't work, we will try slowing down our speeds and feeds, I think. Because that speeds and feeds are the one thing I don't think we've messed with yet, other than drawing the tool path. And hopefully I don't run out of my extra 2 inches of material, because we are now using this somewhat quickly. Or maybe it was 8 inches that I needed, and I ordered 12 inches. I don't remember if it was 8 or 10 inches. All right, I'm loading the tool path, or the program name Butter. Okay, and go. See if we can butter it up here. Did I miss anything? Test, final for real, recover, final. Yeah, that sounds about right. But to answer your questions, I just don't use very many drills. I tend to keep just like all the common, well, not so much on this machine because I don't have good systems for this machine yet, but on the Haas, I keep all of the like common sizes of end mills in there. And my machining templates that I use, my programming templates, they will just look for holes that are in a range that that end mill can use. So, you know, if it's between a 32nd and like a 16th, it'll use my 1/32 inch end mill and just bore it. If it's between a 16th and an 1/8, it'll use my 1/16 end mill and just bore it. And because of that, like that saves me from having to set up drills, which saves me time and lets me make parts faster. There's obviously downsides to that, like it's slow on machine time wise, and you're limited to diameter depth ratio. But really, it works for 95% of my stuff. And for the 5% that I run into, I just throw in a drill and it's fine. So I know nothing about drills. Do you know what we should do this time? We should actually watch it cut with the saw, see if the saw is doing anything weird. Because I don't think we've ever actually watched the parting operation, or I haven't at least. Do I have the manufacturing extension to do on-machine inspections? No, I would love to, but my Haas is too old to do it easily. It can do it, but it requires a lot of jumping through hoops. And the Tormach does not yet have the post-processor support. So, yeah, I would love to do that at some point, but I have not quite gotten it set up yet. I may have to do some custom post mods to get this machine to do that, because that is definitely in my list. All right, we're going around. We're going deeper. Going deeper. Going deeper. I bet it comes off here. Okay, I did not see the part come off. Did it come off so fast that it was invisible? Or did it stay put? Where'd the part go? Okay, so Daniel, the in-machine inspection stuff is not valid for like an inspection report that you would send to the customer. Like you can't use the same machine that you made the parts on. Yeah, the part's gone. You can't use the machine that you made the parts on to inspect the parts, because if there's any kinematic error, that same error will be in both the part and the inspection, and they'll cancel each other out and your part will always look perfect. But what it is good for is if you're making 100 or 1,000 parts, you can track variations in those parts. So if you know, let's say that the measurement always comes out as a 1/2 inch, and even if the actual measurement is like 0.499 inches, like even if there is a little bit of delta between the actual measurement and like the real thing, if you track it over time and you suddenly see a change, then you can pull that part where there was a change and do a manual inspection on it. So the in-machine inspection does not work for like verifying that your part is accurate, but what it does do is let you monitor your process. So now I'm speaking of great processes, I'm gonna go dig through my chip bin and hope I can find my part. Should we start taking bets on whether it goes out the right side or left side of the chip bin? Or neither? Did we end up somewhere else this time? Oh, I see it. I can go through the window. Oh! All right, who mentioned that? Was that Dylan? Dylan wins. It's perfect. It's something to do with the chamfer. What would the chamfer be doing? Well, I can do a second op to just do that chamfer. It'll be super quick. That is so weird. Yeah, I know. Oh, that wasn't directed to me. Yeah, Tormach doesn't make the posts. And I don't think Autodesk wants to spend the effort to do it. Well, okay, so I'm dead nuts on my thickness. I'm dead nuts on the ring width. My thickness is -1. I'm allowed +0, -5, so that's good. I still can't measure the inside diameter with calipers because they will give me whatever answer I want because the plastic is stretchy. So we have to do that on the optical comparator. Okay, I think we did it, guys. So there was some weird interaction with the slitting saw and that inside chamfer. If anybody could explain that to me, I'm listening. My guess is, oh, I know exactly what it is. I know what happened. Okay, I will draw you a picture of this. Let's keep running these parts. So I've been saying there's 60. There's actually 3 different parts that are all slightly different sizes, but otherwise identical in features. So I need to run 20, 20, and 20. So let's keep running these 20. and I will draw you a picture. I know what happened. I know exactly what's happening and why it was so oh man, this is so cool. Okay. Dude, I love machining. I know what's happening. No, I was updating the file, guys. Okay, so I'm terrible at drawing, but this is the sidewall of the cylinder, right? We went through there with the finishing tool. This is the cross-section view, and we made the cylinder. We then came in with a chamfer tool and did our chamfer like that, right? And that, so our actual part like is right there, right? So it's got the chamfer on the edge right there. And this is our part up here. This is the line. But then our slitting saw comes in, and our slitting saw comes and it cuts, it cuts to like, it's coming in this way. It's a rectangle. It's hitting that line right there. And when it hits there, it's leaving like that much of a little ledge. I think that was as clear as mud. I think I conveyed that very poorly. But basically, it's because that chamfer cut was going in too deep, and the slitting saw was hitting this right here. As soon as the slitting saw was hitting this, the part was free to launch. Does that make sense? It's because of the backside chamfer. So, Freaky Climber, I think it was you that mentioned that it was the chamfer. You're right. Thread mills will be in fusion of the theoretical sharp 2 angles. It doesn't count from where the ETS measures. You model it right. So if your thread mill's modeled correctly, the chamfer position will be in the right spot. And yeah, a little machine or a little shop of random. That's why the stock delete wasn't doing anything, is because it was parting prematurely due to that chamfer. So I will just do a soft jaw op to knock out those chamfers. They'll take like 4 seconds each. That was a weird one. This is my first time doing backside chamfers, and so I had never considered that. The only thing I could do is if I didn't like if I had the tip right at the tip of the chamfer, it would work. Like if I wasn't going deeper and using the top side, it would be fine. If I had made a much heavier cut, like 2 millimeters, I could have seen a witness mark. Yeah. Can I use the thread mill last? No. Once I use this, well, maybe? And part it with the thread mill. Xometry is the majority of the place where I get where I get work, but not all of it. Especially now, I'm getting more and more stuff from other places. I did drop the podcast episode and then go live. I still haven't uploaded it to regular players. I could part it with the chamfer tool. Should we try that? That seems like a lot of effort, but if I don't have to do the, wow, that's already done. If I don't have to do a second op, that might be worth it. All right, where's the part? Let me go get the part. Do we want to start taking bets if it goes down the left chute or the right chute? Nope, it's not down the right chute. I need to get a green bin for my good parts too. It's not down the left chute. Where'd she go? Okay, maybe I should leave a little bit of a tab so I don't have to go looking for the part every time. Because this is not, oh, it's on the table. Because this is not how you make $350 an hour on a machine. Hey, look, it's perfect again. I did measure that last one, right? Yeah, okay. All right, we'll try one more variation of this code. Not banana, what do we name it? Butter? Someone name the final version. Choose a name. I'll still keep this version around in case our new version doesn't work. Does Tormach offer a 5th axis? No, I've been bugging them and bugging them and bugging them, but they don't seem interested in this at this point. So I think they should, but I think they think Pocket NC basically has that covered and they're just not interested in competing in that realm. Bug Norman. All right, so 3 Thou stock to leave. We'll try. And what was the decision to name this one? Who was the one that said to turn off the chamfer? You get to name it. Was that Dylan or Freaky Climber? Norman says not to bug Norman. Who gave me the fix? Was that Freaky Climber or Dylan? Dylan? Okay. Dylan says to name it Tacos. Dylan, I'm saying your name right? I know you're not the same nationality as me, so I don't want to be saying your name wrong, because I am saying Dylan like you're a white guy. So tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Some operations were... Oh, I didn't generate the trace operation that I unsuppressed. You're still white? Oh. I thought you were Hispanic. I guess... Never mind. I'm bad at this stuff, and I'm going to stop talking race before I get canceled. Okay. I also thought you were in LA for, like, a year. Puerto Rican? Okay. I thought you were in LA for a long time, and so I have been mistaken about these things before. And it's a good thing you're not in LA right now, because that is a bad place to have a shop at the moment. All right. What do we need? So, tacos. I like tacos. I have a taco in the fridge I need to eat. All right, so this one, it uses the saw with a stock to leave and then comes back with the thread mill to hopefully part it off while leaving that chamfer. It'll probably leave most of a chamfer if I had to guess. I need to move the clamp down next time. No, I'm gonna do the clamp first. Let's move that clamp down a wee bit. All right, now run. I saw someone ask what my professional background is. I am by trade a mechanical engineer. I had no formal training in machining at all. Just YouTube. So Saunders Machine Works is my machining background. Another YouTuber you follow lost his house in the wildfires. Yeah, a lot of them I follow lost their house in the wildfires. So let's pray for LA. They need it. I feel like it'll gouge the material before it flies off. That is likely. If that happens, we'll just go back to the one we know works. But yeah, I think it's going to go flying, and it's going to have a like a section that still needs an edge brake. But you're an ME that wants to start a garage shop. I think that's a fairly common thing, because a lot of people like us get pushed into mechanical engineering because we like, I don't know, design stuff and build stuff. Like really we want to do the actual like building of stuff. And, you know, no one's really pushing, you know, go be a machinist. They're pushing go be an engineer where you can make more money, but whatever. Wait, I just saw something I was going to react to. Oh, what industry? I assume that's me working as a mechanical engineer. My first job out of school was designing large, high volume compressors. They were low pressure, high volume compressors. They were mostly used for wastewater treatment. Fun fact, the compressors that I designed are running the wastewater treatment systems of Guam. And last I heard, there wasn't any disasters with that. After that, I moved to a company that designed like the things that hold up credit card readers and like the stands for the monitors for cashiers and stuff like that. And I did a lot of work with them. So like if you've ever been to a Whole Foods, you've used something that I've designed, the thing holding up the credit card reader. Dylan, you think my order of operations was good? I just need to change the depth. Yeah, that might be the way. You're a mechanical engineer, you make more money as a one-person machine shop. I mean, I'm definitely not replacing my engineering income yet. At the company I was at, it was a really, really easy job, like super easy. But like my pay was never going to be that high. Like I was never going to get above, like I was making, I think 72K when I left, and I would have never made it above like 80K at that company. It was just a small company. It was mom and pop. Like they just wouldn't have been able to afford a more expensive engineer. And so the only way I would have made more money is by going and working for like, I don't know, one of the big companies around here. And that just didn't seem particularly fun to me. And machining was fun. And that job was so easy and so chill that I was able to like start designing products while I was working there in my downtime. And then launch the business that was Design the Everything that I did for 2 years before realizing that business was not going to work. And I had like run out of money with Design the Everything. Like I had savings all saved up and I used all that money, and then I started using credit cards. And then I was like, okay, this is not working. And as a Hail Mary with zero cash, I switched to Audacity Micro. And that is why I started this company. And this one has actually made me money. So that's good. All right, where's my part? I ran the wrong program. I ran butter, not tacos. So we get to try that again. Oh, hey, but I found my part. All right, tacos this time, not butter. It finally happened. I ran the wrong program. So fun fact, I'm supposed to be teaching a machining class here in mid-January, according to my boss. He has still not yet told me the start date of the class. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be teaching Monday. I hope not, because it's, I don't know, like at this point I couldn't teach Monday. I've got too many things to do, but I've emailed my boss like 3 times to figure out the actual start date of this class. And he has not answered me yet. It's not for traditional students. The class I'm teaching right now is actually for the Department of Corrections, so it's teaching like prison inmates. So it's a little bit more flexible than normal students. Like it's not a big deal if we have to cancel, they'll just push everything back a day. Jeff, the class I told you was Monday. Are you in the Indiana prison system? That would be the twist of the century. Well, guys, I think if this part works, I think I'm done for now streaming. I think after that, it's just pushing buttons, and it's already been 2 hours, so I don't think pushing buttons is that interesting. If the professor doesn't show you, I'll get solitary. They do get very annoyed when if I have to cancel a class or move it or whatever, because they're just happy to be out. How to machine prisons, Shanks, on the 440. Yeah, so fun fact, one of the not practice parts, but like sample parts that I had prepared was a knife. And that was before that I found out that I was teaching felons, and was like, oh, probably need to find a better part than a knife for the guys that are in prison. That's probably not going to fly with my boss. So I didn't do a knife. Though to be fair, the people they send me are all non-violent offenders. So far, every single person who's been in one of my classes has been there for drugs. Because it's kind of what the American prison system is right now. All right, we're about to part. So hopefully the part doesn't go flying here. And then it should get parted off with that. Yeah, because you guys can see what's going on. I should do a lockpick. That'd be pretty good. An herb grinder. Did you guys see the Saunders used to have a video on making an herb grinder, but I tried to find it the other day to show the inmates, and it was not there anymore. Okay, the part did not eject from the slitting saw, so we'll see what happens when it does the backside chamfer with the thread mill. It would be nice if the part did stay put. Okay, the part did eject. Did it go as far? Oh, it's right there. It's in the same place. All right, so what did that do? Oh. My part just took a walk. Hold on. There's definitely a burr. No, butter was better than tacos. Yeah, there's some burrs. We did get that incomplete chamfer. All right, I'm going back to butter. Butter beats tacos. All right, well, I think I'm done, guys. I think we have a working process. I'm just gonna, as someone was suggesting, chill out and watch some YouTube and hit the button 20 more times. And then I will have to do some slight cam tweaks for the new version, or like the other variants of this part. They're just, the only difference is the thickness and the diameter. So is there just one backside chamfer? There is now. There's the outside backside chamfer, but there's not the inside backside chamfer. So I'll just have to, I guess, just do that in soft jaws. I don't want to do it in soft jaws, but the alternative is much worse. So it is what it is. It'd be a really terrible idea to do that with a deburring tool, right? This is a bad idea. There's no way this looks good. No, we will not be doing that. Okay, red bin for you. If I'm already using soft jaws, just leave tabs. It's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. Or just leave a bigger, like I'll leave some stock to leave, but. Butter tacos offset that inside chamfer axially. So it's not cutting as deep, you mean? No, actually. Well, yeah, so it's not cutting as deep, you mean? I'm gonna run one more butter while we talk about this. These programs are quick at very least. So I could. And then, fine, butter tacos. What machines do I have now? I have the Haas office mill, which no is not a derogatory term for a mini mill. It's actually what the office mill is called. And I have the Tormach 1500. So, am I doing the chamfer last or first? First still? How much should I do it by? The problem is I'm using a trace tool path for this, and so I have to like do math to figure out how the chamfer is working. Start by 5 thou and see what that looks like. I really wish Fusion would support letting you do chamfering tools with thread mills, but they don't. So the only way you can do it is by cheating and doing a... Oh, it's going way past. Okay, yeah, I have it set to go way past. It goes like halfway through the part. The only way you can do it right now is by cheating and having it do it as a trace operation. But then you have to like manually figure out the axial and radial stock to leave to get the chamfer right. Okay, if I do it as 0, it just cuts a gouge in the side of my part, right? Yes, that's not what we want. Okay. So I know this is just great TV for you guys here, watching me as I watch my computer that you can't see. We're still not quite deep enough. I could measure the tool. That might save some time over guess and check. I could create a form tool, I think, but then I have to have 2 copies of all of my... Does that work? If I made it as a form tool, I would have to have 2 copies of all of my thread mills in my library. One that I used for... It's almost there. One that I used for thread milling and one that I used for chamfering. And it would just be a mess. It's just not something that I want to deal with. So, but the trace tool path works. You just kind of have to do some guessing and checking. Yeah, I need to just buy some dedicated back-size chamfering tools. That way I can do a 45 chamfer. It doesn't matter on these parts, but I can definitely see some parts where it would matter. All right, butter tacos should be ready to go here. Butter tacos. I brought my thumb drive. We're good. So this is doing... Basically, I just fixed the backside chamfer. It is still doing it before it does the slitting saw. All right. This was a butter part. Gosh, you guys are making me say ridiculous things. So butter, this was a butter part. This one should be good. I need to measure it, but now let's run a butter tacos. Can I post via DNC to the 1500? I can theoretically map the 1500 as a network drive and do it over Wi-Fi. I believe there's a setting I need to change in the BIOS in this thing to turn that on, and I just haven't done it yet. So it will be very quick and easy to do when I just take the time to do it. But it didn't work when I first set it up, and I just haven't gotten around. It would definitely save some time. Dylan, you're not just being part of the live stream, you're the hero of the live stream. So yeah, I definitely need to ditch flash drives. It would be nice, especially since I don't have the computer on this one, it would save some walking back and forth. For the Haas, I do have that computer over there. And so I can run Fusion directly on that, and the Haas doesn't have any sort of networking on it. And I don't have DNC working yet. But yeah. At least I don't have to pay for Wi-Fi like I do with the Haas as an option, yeah. RS-232. I have the cord. I don't have the software set up on that computer yet. I tried it and it didn't work, but we'll see. Oh, for backside, oh, do you know what? I literally just bought one of those. Yeah, you have been saying that. I bought this for a part. Nope, that's a 5/8 on mill. This guy. I bought this for a part and never ended up using it. Oh, do you know what? That's still 60 degrees. Never mind. And it might be sharper tipped than a thread mill. You're right. I need to get one. I guess some of the like backside chamfer tools have a longer neck, which and a narrower diameter, which is nice for small holes. Yes, I have used a lollipop mill fairly heavily. Would in-process probing be possible on a 1500 with a custom probe? So Norman said, it depends on how you define in-process probing and if Norman is correct. So if you want to just probe for work coordinate system or just check that the material is there, that works right now, no to modifications, fine. If you want to get the results onto your controller, that I believe needs a custom post and or custom macros for the machine. Freaky Climber, James, no, I didn't go into details trying to get that to work. I just, well, Norman, you were saying that it has to be a deep machine integration, and I think it's literally just a complex post. But theoretically, I can make it work somehow. Like with custom macros, you definitely could make it work. It may not work in like the same way that Fusion wants it to work, but you could definitely print like the result of a probing operation. That would be super easy to add to the macros. So Norman, if you want to get on that. Ooh, I think my part is still attached. That's interesting. Yeah, you can do a lot with custom macros. I would really love to have some like more in-machine inspection. Look at that, it was attached and it came off so nicely. All right, our butter tacos are winner. There is a chamfer there. It does go all the way around. It's very shallow. It's maybe 2 thou. But you know what? I think that is in spec. So, hey. All right, somebody buy Dylan a beer. If you are of drinking age, I assume you are. Good, straight off the machine. All right, 20 more of those. I need to lower my clamps. So I can do these in 2 ops because I still have those radial features to add. Which I still need to figure out work holding for. But at very least the ring part we're getting in 1 op now, so that's good. Okay, so Norman, you don't need the live connection for the inspection stuff to work. That I'm sure is the whole thing. But to just get it to print the results of the probing operation, it should just be a deprint. All it needs to do is deprint to a text document in the correct format so that you can import it into Fusion. Not a drinker, I'll buy you, I actually don't drink either. I'll buy you a coffee then. Oh, Pure Leaf Lemon Iced Tea, yeah. Can you see the work holding for this operation? Sure, it's nothing crazy. I basically just, it's soft jaws with a round hole in them. Okay, Dylan, Jason just sent you a beer, well, sent you a coffee. Also, Jason, you are my first ever super chat or whatever we call this on YouTube. Can you see the work holding there? I will get Dylan's information on, I'll get Dylan's information on like Venmo and send him $5. So thank you, Jason. Getting inspection results back to Fusion was the complex part. Just getting the inspection results would be, yeah, the macros. All right, Norman, macro us up. Then we can get, yeah, because Fusion, you just import a text file and it turns it into an inspection report. You don't need the live connection thing. Oh, the clamp. Yeah, Sam, that's just a photography clamp that I clamped to the side of the bar to give the bar more mass because we were getting chatter when it was at its full length. The shorter it gets, the less that will matter. So yeah, all those are doing is adding weight. But okay, cool. I'm super excited with how things are going. We've explained to Norman what he needs to do for our macros. Norman, if you want me to help with those macros, I will. If you send me the current version of the macros, I'll do it for you because that is a feature I really, really want. So I can do that for you. Yeah, the clamp is just vibration dampening. It would be nice if I had a heavier clamp than the little aluminum ones, but and yeah, Norman, if you could start designing the 5th axis mill now, it'd be great. So just put a micro arc, a micro arc 4 and a micro arc 6, it'll be fine. Well, guys, I think we've solved the problem. We've bought Dylan a cup of coffee. Or no, we bought him an iced tea. So I think that is a good place to end the stream. Thanks, everybody, for your help. Thanks for my first ever super chat, even if I don't get to keep the money. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you later. I don't know how to end the stream. How do I end the stream, guys? I don't know how to end it. What about that button? Hey, bye. Okay.